Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at a little flashlight that I've been carrying around for the past couple weeks. This is the Jetbeam Jet-II MK, and I was actually contacted by GearBest and asked if I would be interested in reviewing this little light. And seeing as the last couple flashlights that I reviewed have been a little bit larger, I decided to go ahead and give this one a shot because, as you guys can tell, it is a little bit smaller than your usual flashlight. Now, I started carrying it around as part of my EDC and basically as my main EDC flashlight, and it's performing very, very well. So as you can see, it's putting out 510 lumens on a flashlight body that is about 2.5 inches long, so very small light. Now, this does run off of either one CR123 battery or one 16340 rechargeable battery. Now, I unfortunately don't have a rechargeable battery, so I have been using the CR123 in here. Now, I can tell you from my experience, usually the difference as far as the output in lumens from the rechargeable battery to the non-rechargeable battery is about 100 lumens. So, for argument's sake, we're going to say that it's probably putting out anywhere from 380 to 400 lumens using the CR123. Again, even at that range, it's still a great EDC flashlight for its size. It has a lot of really awesome features, and it has one particular feature that I have never seen on a flashlight before. So I'll go ahead and let you guys know about that one. So let's go ahead and open up the packaging so you can see everything that it comes with. All right, so here is the light itself. Now, Jetbeam is calling this color titanium gray, and it has a really, really nice kind of gray finish look to it. So we'll take a look at it in a second. And underneath the cardboard here, you have a couple of accessories. So you have this wrist lanyard here, and again, it's branded by Jetbeam. A certificate of approval. You have a spare O-ring, some warranty information, and then your user manual. All right. As always, I do recommend that you kind of read through this to get familiarized with the different features and the outputs and runtimes and things like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the light. Let's set all this other stuff to the side. So again, this is about 2.5 inches long, so it is a very, very small flashlight, but it performs just like any flashlight, twice its size. So you have this really nice pocket clip here. Now the pocket clip is only able to be in this one position, but this is perfect for me. I do enjoy it when the pocket clip is towards the back of the flashlight, so the head is actually inside of the pocket, and it's situated high enough to where the majority of the flashlight is actually inside of the pocket, which I do like. That way it's not snagging on different things and stuff like that. The clip does rotate, so depending on if you want, maybe the words or something like that showing, you can do that if that's something that you want. Obviously, it is an aluminum body. It feels nice and sturdy. And then on the head right here, you have some very functional knurling, which allow you to actually activate the flashlight to turn the head on and off, loosen and tighten it, so you can go through the different modes with one hand if you wanted to do that. And then you have a little bit more of machining through the body of the flashlight right here. On the front end, you have nice reflector. It is an orange peel reflector, which is going to give you some nice wider beam shots. And then you have the little bezel in the front right there. Now on the back right here, it's a little bit different look as opposed to it being just a flat back. You have this little kind of ramped up section, and then you have some lanyard holes right here, so you can attach the included wrist lanyard, or if you want to put on your own lanyard, you can do so as well. Or if you wanted to put like maybe a split ring to attach this to some keys, you can easily do that also. And I could definitely see this as a keychain flashlight also. But again, I have been carrying it as my primary EDC flashlight, and it has been performing very well in that particular role. Now, the one feature that I wanted to show you guys is in the back right here. Now, this, at first glance, it just looks like a hole in there, but when I turn it to the side right here, you can see that there are some threads right in there. And that is actually so you can attach this flashlight to a tripod. So I had never seen that particular feature before. Now, obviously, I'm the type of person that I take a tripod with me to, basically everywhere that I go, because I shoot video on the go, I do reviews and stuff like that. So if, the need were to arise to where I would have to have a separate tripod because I'm filming something and I need a light on it, I can actually use my flashlight to be able to do that. So that is really cool because it actually adds another use to your flashlight that most flashlights, even though you are able to do it by just setting it down or something like that, this way you can have it angled in a particular direction that maybe you want to throw the light to that direction specifically, that just leaning it on a car or something like that might not be able to do that. So I'll go ahead and show you guys how that works after I put the battery in there. So in order to put the battery, all you have to do is loosen the head right here. All right. And then you do have an O-ring right there, so it will seal it and make it waterproof. So I'll stick in my CR123 battery in there, and then you can just go ahead and start tightening the head. Now I'll turn off this overhead light so you can get a little bit better look at the different modes. So this has a couple different modes. So it'll come on in the lower mode right here. This is the what they call ultra low, and you know, this is obviously going off of the specs that Jetbeam is providing. This is 0.5 lumens, and that's going to run you for 150 hours. All right. So to go to the next mode, all you have to do is loosen the head and tighten it back up. In doing that, that is going to run you up to the low, which is going to be 5 lumens. All right. So there you can see the light and how it spills. Then you loosen and tighten it back up, and that's going to run you up to mid or the medium mode, which is going to be 100 lumens, and that's going to be for 1.5 hours. And then from there, one more mode, loosen and tighten, and that's going to run you up to the 510 lumens, and that's going to be for 0.75 hours. And again, I am reading these outputs and runtimes based on what Jetbeam is providing. So again, I'm not sure if that's counting on either the 16340 battery or the CR123. Again, in my opinion and in my from reviewing flashlights and stuff like that before, I know there's a little bit of a difference depending on what type of battery you use, so just keep that in mind. But again, these are the runtimes and the outputs that Jetbeam is providing. Now, because it is such a small flashlight and it is putting out a lot of light, I do want to mention that it can tend to get a little bit warm right in the front, obviously the head right there. So just keep that in mind. If it's something that you're going to be using for a prolonged amount of time, especially on that high output, you will start to feel the flashlight getting warm, but it isn't too warm to where you're not going to be able to use it in your hands. So let me go ahead and show you guys how that tripod thread in the back works. So I have a little tripod right here. So you have your male portion right here with the threads on it, and then the female portion on the flashlight. So basically all you do is just screw the flashlight onto there. All right. So now if I wanted to, I can have this sitting pointing straight up, or I can go ahead and loosen this, and if I have a particular direction that I want that flashlight to point, I can go ahead and do that. So I'll go ahead and activate the light. We'll put it in the mid portion there. So again, now this is shining up, and let's say I needed to change out a tire or something, and I wanted it to be a direct light source to where the tire is. I can go ahead and do that, or I can go ahead and reposition it wherever it is that I want, obviously depending on the type of tripod that you're using or whatnot. So if you have something that's a little bit more flexible, you can angle this light maybe to point directly down. If you want some extra light coming from behind, maybe you're shooting a video or something like that, like I am here, you can go ahead and use that flashlight in a way that you would normally not think about using the flashlight, and it's all thanks to that added extra little feature in the back of the light there, which I think is it's pretty cool, especially for people like myself that normally carry a flashlight, but I also carry camera equipment and stuff like that. It's pretty ingenious in my opinion. So a little bit of branding on the light itself. Again, this is the Jet-II MK. And then right around the head right here, you do have the word Jetbeam right there. So really awesome little flashlight. Again, it's small enough to fit in the palm of my hands. I have had this clipped onto my pocket. I actually had it clipped to my shirt pocket, and I haven't had to worry about it coming loose or anything like that. The clip itself is nice and wide, so it'll accommodate the different size pants. So if you have like tactical pants and things like that, you're able to do that also. And one last thing that I actually use this light because of its size and how comfortable it is I actually had this clipped onto my watch band. I don't have my watch on now, but I was able to clip it on there and use it as a hands-free. So I had my hands free, but I still had the light shining forward, to be able to use both of my hands while I was doing something, and it came in handy very, very nicely. Again, because of the knurling on the head there, I'm able to actually twist the head, loosening and tightening it, to cycle through the different modes very easily, and that way it can be a one-handed flashlight, just like that. So very, very cool little flashlight from Jetbeam, and I was glad that I was asked by GearBest to see if I wanted to review it, because again, it has quickly become my favorite kind of smaller size EDC flashlight. So there it is. That is the Jet-II MK from Jetbeam. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.